Hello art friends, it's Carolyn here working in my art journal, and today I am using my SMUDGEE to add a layer of stenciling on my Jane Davenport journal. I really like this journal. I'm just now starting to use it. So this will be my base layer, and the SMUDGEE is nice because it allows you to kind of cover a large area pretty quickly. Next, I am adding a layer of collage, and I'm using used tea bags. These are a nice organic earthy element. They're transparent so you can still see that stenciled layer underneath. And I really like when you overlap them in some of the different color variations you get from the overlap. I'm using Mod Podge as my glue and not worrying about going over the edge because I'll go back later and trim that off. Some teas leave different color variations. Like if you have one with some berries in it, you might get a pinkish tint. I also have these round filters, which is used for a coffee press that I have, that I think are fun. I had a lot of rectangular shapes and, straight lines, so I wanted to add some circles. So stay tuned to the end of my video and I will tell you how to enter this giveaway for a SMUDGEE. It's always a good idea to put a piece of paper underneath your journal pages, something I forget to do a lot, but it just helps with controlling the mess as you're gluing on pages so that you can brush right off to the page. One thing I was very conscious of when I was gluing down the circle shapes is making sure that some of them go off of the edge of the page, and again, I will trim those later. Next, I am going to use my gel plate as kind of an ink pad. I brayer some brown paint, and using this stamp, I'm going to add a clock feature on each of those round filters. I'm adding some white gesso, just a really thin layer, just to push some of these colors back. And I wasn't sure at first what I wanted to do with the clock, so I didn't know if I wanted to feature them, but eventually I actually do put another thin layer, and they're not covered up. You can still see them in the background. Next, I'm going to use this skeleton leaf stencil from StenciGirl and using some Dina Wakley spray gloss. And you can't really tell that they're leaves. It's more just for the texture that this stencil gives. I'm also using this botanical stencil and using this time some walnut stain, and it's very liquidy, so I sop up some of the extra stain with another piece of paper that I can use for collage later. I'm going to use some molding paste through this stencil to add some more texture, and I'm just trying to get a different part of the stencil than that fern shape. It's really important when you're using molding paste in stencils to clean it off right away. So if I can't clean it right away, I'll have a little tub of water that I'll leave it soaking in. I'm taking some Daniel Smith Gold gesso and rubbing it on top of that raised molding paste for some more layers. So the last thing I'm going to do to my page is add a sentiment, and at first I was going to spray through this, which is why I'm masking around it, but then I thought, I'm going to use my SMUDGEE. It's actually the perfect tool for this. So it says, when you're out of willpower, you can call on stubbornness. I took a pen just to fill in and make that a little bit darker. So thanks so much for watching today. And for the SMUDGEE entry, let me know what technique from today's video you are most looking forward to trying on your next journal page. And I hope I help inspire you. Thanks. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell, comment, give us a thumbs up, and share.